Okay, so this is the first client that we're going to work with in this video series. Well, it's the only client we're going to work with, but this is the first screen I'm going to show you with some of her information. This particular person is named Amber Innes. She is a real estate agent, titles realtor with Tribute Realty. And this is some of the information that I needed from her. It took Amber a long time to get me this information. I think she signed up with me in sometime in June, and we're like past the midpoint of July. And you'll find that with a lot of people is, yeah, they buy your service and they want to get started and they just don't feel like giving you the information you need to get started. So finally she got it all to me. And part of that information that I need is an MLS link to pull a list of homes for her. Or she has to pull an MLS link of homes, and then I'm going to offer this to people in her ad. So what I do is I check her link to make sure that it's a quality link of homes. So here's the link she sent me. And we're going to check out this link. So we can see that she has a list of homes here. Looks like it's right around $100,000 and below, which is good. What I tell realtors to do is wherever they are working, give me a list of homes that is $50,000 to $100,000 below the market average. And then what I do is I use that list to pique the interest of potential leads, and then they opt in to get the list. So while this isn't a list of the most beautiful homes in the world, it is a list of homes right around $100,000, and this list will help us get a lot of leads. So what I'm really looking for in here is to make sure that it's actually a legitimate list of homes, because sometimes you get a login to an MLS. Sometimes you're going to get a list of homes that is like way overpriced, and you have to explain to them, you know, this is how you have to do it. So that's good. I'm going to get out of there. All right, so now that we have that list of homes, what we need to do is we need to take the areas she wants to work, and we need to find some pictures on Zillow.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Zillow.com, and we're going to go back and see what areas she wants to work. So it looks like down here she wants to work Bartow, Fort Meade, all these places. So what I do is I just grab one of these, because really what we're just doing is we're looking for pictures to use in our ad. So I'm going to pop that in there. Okay, and these houses are way expensive. Click this listing type. Okay, so there's not that many in there, so we need to find another place. I think I've heard of Plant City before. Let's see what Plant City has. Okay, so Plant City has more, not a ton, but more. What we want to do is uncheck for sale, uncheck potential listings. We want to check only recently sold. And in this case, we want to do some lower price properties. So let's go up a little bit, like 150 to 200. Okay, just double check that they're recently sold. Okay, looks good. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get pictures of recently sold homes that have sold a while ago, basically so nobody gets pissed off when you use their picture from a while ago. So I go down here and I go all the way down to 20, and I just look at the dates on here, right? So from 2017, these houses probably haven't resold again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some houses that are above the list price of the list that we just looked at, but I'm also, you know, I want them to be reasonable, not completely ridiculous. So I think this is a little bit too high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at 100 to 150. And I think this is more in the realm of something that would be believable. So what you want to do is you want to grab these houses by just going through and looking and seeing which ones look somewhat nice, right? So this one looks okay. And you click on it, makes it bigger. It's supposed to. There it goes. Okay, and then I'm gonna download this one. I just name them 1 through 7. And what you want to watch out for is sometimes these will have a watermark on them from like the MLS or somebody else. So if they do, you have to make sure you Photoshop the watermark off before you use it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back down through here. And what I'm looking for is about 7 homes I can use. I don't know about that one. That doesn't look so nice. This one looks pretty nice though. No, not really. You don't want to put trailer parks in here or anything. And actually, I think that one that I just downloaded, I think that was too new. I think that it defaulted back to the first page. So let's go all the way to the 20th page. And yeah, this one over here looks pretty nice. Remember, we're right around the $100,000 range. So, I mean, you can't really expect all that much for $100,000 in Florida real estate. So we got that one. Yeah, this was actually on up. So now it's kicking me back to the first page. Let me go back to the 20th page again. Delete this file again. Alright, so that one was good from 2016. Alright, so that's one picture. And that one doesn't look too bad for $100,000. So let's grab that one too. Call that picture number 2. I don't know about that one. Let's see here. What else do we got? This doesn't look too bad. You see that watermark I told you about over there? So that would be hard to get off. So I'm not even gonna mess with that unless there's another picture. Let's see if there is another picture. Nah, there's not another main picture. Oops. Let's go down to 19 and see what they got on that page. This one doesn't look too bad. Okay, use that one, call it 3. This one looks kind of nice. There's that watermark again. Could probably cut that out. Call this 4. Five. Six. You can see some of these are looking a lot nicer than the others. So I'm gonna go all the way and get a whole bunch more, because the first couple that we looked at actually looked pretty bad compared to the rest, and I want this list to convert very well. So if I'm showing people trashy looking houses, it's not going to convert as well. So what number am I up to? I'm up to 7. Maybe I'll get like 9, and then I can pick the best ones. 8. 9. Let's see if there's any more that I just need to grab. They look really nice. That one looks kind of nice. Nope. How about this one? Yeah, that looks nice. We'll call that one 10. Okay, so now we have a list of about 10 houses. And now that we have that list of 10 houses, what we can do is we can open them up in Photoshop just to make sure they all look good. If you don't have Photoshop, don't worry about it. The only reason I'm doing this is to make sure they don't have watermarks on them. So if you don't have Photoshop, just don't download pictures with watermarks on them. So I'm going to open them up in Photoshop just to make sure they look okay and that there's no watermarks on them. and it's going to open up. So I'm going to pause this for a second while Photoshop opens. All right, cool. So Photoshop's open now, and I'm going to move it down a little bit. Okay, so this picture looks good as it is. I'm going to close it out. That one looks good. We're going to take that bottom watermark off of this one. Save that. That one looks good. I'm going to take this watermark off of here. See a little bit of a watermark there. What I can do is I can put a blur tool on this and just watch this. It's gone just like that. All right, let's take a look at this one. There's that watermark again. Let's get rid of it. Kind of try and even it out a bit. All right. So yeah, if you come across these ones with watermarks and you don't have Photoshop, just use Microsoft Paint if you're on a PC, because Microsoft Paint works just as well for cropping things out. All right, so that looks good. And I think the ones I didn't want to do were the first two, because they just didn't look as good as the rest. So I think number one, let's take a double check at number two. Yeah, let's get rid of 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of 1. Let me get rid of 1 and 2. Then we'll use the others. Okay, so what we have so far is we confirmed that her list is okay. We checked the area, we downloaded some pictures we're going to use in the ad, and now after this, what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to set up the marketing that we need for the ad before we actually run the ad. But I like to do this prep work first because it's the kind of the most tedious.